Hi, my name is Perrin Price. I'm class of 2023. I'm in Adams House. I'm studying applied math with a secondary in music, and I take the SHE series. I work with the admissions office. I've been working there for 3 years. I'm a student coordinator. I love working there. I get to work with prospective students. I get to work with students who are admitted, and it's just so exciting to let them know what the Harvard experience is like. And then I also work in the alumni office. I've been working with them since reunions last year, so that's really exciting. I get to work with the alumni and in terms of housing and all the logistics there. And I also work as a calculus course assistant in the math department, so that's really fun. I love teaching. And I'm also an EMT with Crimson EMS, which is super fun. And I am a peer advising fellow in the advising office. Honestly, I love working in admissions. I've been there for 3 years. It's really rewarding to me because, for example, I just get to call some of the prospective students, and I really just got to talk to them and alleviate some of their fears. One of the students was like, I feel so much better about starting my Harvard experience here, and it really touched me, and being able to have those experiences I've been so grateful for. And for me, what's really important to me is giving back. I've gotten so much from this community and this experience, so being able to give that back to the students is super important. I would say that probably in the alumni office. So I actually was onboarded as a student employee in terms of just helping with logistics, helping plan or helping run all the events. But then I ended up working on the administrative side, and I ended up planning and helping assign all the housing for all the reunions, which happened right after the 3 commencements that happened last year. So it was really, really rewarding to be able to do that, kind of use some of my math background to do this efficiently. I would probably call it the unofficial Harvard experience, potentially, just because I think a lot of, you always think about the academic experience at Harvard, but for me, a large part of it has really been being a student employee. I will say I feel like maybe being an undergraduate course assistant is an interesting one because sometimes people don't expect that you're the instructor. So I would say this happened just recently. I was in the Science Center, and a lot of tourists like to, walk through and kind of just take pictures of our class. We're just like, yeah, we're in the middle of class. So I think that's probably one of the most expected things that's happened, but I probably should have expected it at this point. I would say probably like for the admissions office, it would be the truth. Something like, maybe like Harvard from real students. Also because there's so many unofficial things that are like, this is what Harvard's like. It's like, and to the point where I work with financial aid and all that kind of stuff, and I'll tell them about our robust, wonderful financial aid system, and people are like, no, that's not true. And I'm like, I literally work here. Well, I love being a peer advising fellow because I get to swipe into Annenberg, which is really great. So I get that access. I also love being in the admissions office because I get to just really interact with students on a level that a lot of people don't get to give tours to people, and kind of just unofficially be a liaison for Harvard. And then of course something like reunions or something and EMTing, you get extra housing a lot of times because you're working events and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And the merch. That's a great question. I would probably say how to make random groups or something in my calculus class because they're always working together. It's a very collaborative space. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so many acronyms, and sometimes there's acronyms for different things that are the same acronym, and you're like, oh my gosh. I would say the HCC. So HCC is what I work for, which is the Harvard College Connection, but then there's also the Harvard College Catholic Center, and I feel like there's a lot of HCCs. So that's a new one that obviously I learned once I was on the job. I would say probably with the alumni office. It's one of the most unexpected jobs that I've gotten into, and I ended up working with Carrie Ford, who's one of the executive directors of the HAA, which I had no idea, and it was so cool because she's just so cool and down to earth and so sweet. And I remember back when I was in the reunions, I had a direct report, and I kept saying I don't know if I can come help you, because I have to do this, not recognizing that she was my direct report's boss's boss. And she was like, no, I don't want you to take me away from him. So she's just the sweetest person. Working for me has always been something I've been very proud of, and always wanted to continue doing while I was getting my education. So for me, it's really been this really symbiotic relationship in a sense, especially of like teaching, for example. Being a student and teaching at the same time has been really cool because I get to just use what I learn in the classroom, in my own classes, within my classroom when I'm teaching. So that's been a really, really valuable experience because I firmly believe that as teachers, we are always students, making sure that we're trying to create a cohesive environment for our students.